Hi there. Good to see you. And I want you to congratulate me. I walked all the way from the back to the front without falling down. When you're good, you're good. Now all I got to do is get back. Hey, I'm glad to see all your smiling faces, and it's really good to be back. I don't know if it's permanent or not. Patty Grice kind of likes this job, and I know she's a heck of a lot easier to look at than I am. So I missed all you guys. I really have. And again, thank you for the cards and the good wishes and the letters. And it just shows what a great community I live in and what wonderful friends and neighbors I have. I thank you all, except for the one person that sent me a card and said, "I know you're faking. Get your ass back to work." So I don't know who that was, but I'll try. We've got a gentleman here this evening that he quickly became a crowd favorite. He just impressed the heck out of us the first time he performed here, and he's been back a couple times, or at least 3 times since then, and we have him back tonight. I am so thrilled. You all know Lon Chaney, the man of a thousand faces. Well, we've got a gentleman that we can say he's a man of 1,000 voices. He has so much fun, and he's so good at what he does. If you haven't seen him before, you are in for a special treat, but I know most all of you have seen him, and that's why you're here. So you want to look at him rather than look at me. So, if you would, please help me welcome T.A. Barrows.
Well, good evening. How's everybody doing? Oh no, you have to be way more excited. How's everybody doing? That's what I want to hear. Well, I've been here several times before. We've done all kinds of great stuff. We've had the Legends of Song here. We've done Top of the Charts. Tonight, we are rocking the classics. I've got rhythm, I've got music, I got my girl who could ask for anything more. I got daisies in green pastures, I got my girl who could ask for anything more. Old man Trouble, I don't mind him, you won't find him outside my door. I got starlight, I got sweet dreams, I got my girl who could ask for anything more. I got rhythm, I got music, I got my girl who could ask for anything more. I got daisies in green pastures, I got my girl who could ask for anything more. Old man Trouble, nope, I don't mind him, nope, you won't find him outside my door. I got starlight, I got sweet dreams, I got my girl who could ask for anything more, who could ask for anything more. Well, thank you very, very, very much. You guys are wonderful. That song, I've Got Rhythm, is a classic song, and tonight it is my pleasure to share with you several more classic songs. Classic songs by classic crooners. So I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy rockin' the classics. Now, as you can tell, I love to sing. And I've been singing for a long time. When I started, I wasn't very good. I remember I tried out for my high school choir, and I had an absolutely terrible audition, and I didn't get selected, and I was so disappointed. And I remember saying to the director, this is such a disappointment because all my life I've wanted to sing so badly. And he said, today you did. But I've come a long way since then. In fact, I've had some great success. Tonight I'm here entertaining you wonderful folks here at Glencroft. Next week I'm on my way to California for The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. So, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. My seats are way up in the balcony. I'm just glad to get some tickets. Well, enough about me. Let's get started with some of our great classic crooners. And we're going to start off with a man that I'm sure you all remember. And you probably remember him as Dino. He's one of my favorites. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Mr. Dean Martin.
Sweet, sweet memories you gave me. You can't beat the memories you gave me.
Take one fresh and tender kiss. At one stolen night of bliss. One girl, one boy, two hearts, some joy. Memories are made of this. Don't forget a small moonbeam. Folded lightly with a dream. Your lips and mine, two sips of wine. Memories are made of this. Then add the wedding bells, one house where lovers dwell. Three little kids for the flavor. Sir, carefully through the days, see how the flavor stays. These are the dreams that you will savor. With his blessing from above, serve it generously with love. One man, one wife, one love through life. Memories are made of this. Memories are made of this. Thank you. Well, that song, Memories Are Made of This, was a big hit for Mr. Dean Martin in 1955. This is a song that he recorded in 1958. See if you remember this one. How lucky can one guy be? I kissed her, she kissed me. Like a fellow once said, ain't that a kick in the head? I hugged her, she hugged back. The room went completely black. Like a sailor once said, ain't that a hole in the boat? My head keeps spinning, I go to sleep and I'm grinning. If this is just the beginning, my life will be beautiful. I've sunshine enough to spread. It's just like that fella said. Tell me quick, ain't that a kick in the head? Like a fellow once said, ain't that a kick in the head? Like a sailor said, quote, ain't that a hole in the boat? My head keeps spinning, I go to sleep and I'm grinning. If this is just the beginning, my life will be beautiful. She's telling me we'll be wed. She's picked out a king-size bed. I couldn't feel any better, or I'd be sick. Tell me quick, ain't that a kick? Tell me quick, ain't that a kick in the head? Thank you very much. Oh, yes, Mr. Dean Martin. You know, sometimes love is a kick in the head, and nobody knows that better than me because I've been married for 42 years. Thank you. Thank you very much. 42 years, I still remember my wedding night. I remember everything about the wedding night. I remember the room number. I remember the music on the radio. I remember the perfume. I remember the little lace teddy and garter belt and fishnet stockings. I remember saying to her that night, honey, after tonight, I'm never wearing this stuff again, okay? These high heels are not comfortable. Well, needless to say, it was a memorable night. Speaking of memorable, our next artist is memorable, and he was known for some memorable songs. He had one of the sweetest voices you've ever heard. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to share with you the one and only Mr. Johnny Mathis. Chances are, 'cause I wear a silly grin the moment you come into view. Chances are you think that I'm in love with you. Just because my composure sort of slips the moment that your lips meet mine. Chances are you think my heart's your Valentine. In the magic of moonlight, when I sigh, hold me close, dear. Chances are you'll believe the stars that fill the skies are in my eyes. Yes, you feel you'll always be the one and only one for me. And if you think you could, well, chances are your chances are awfully good. The chances are your chances are awfully good. Thank you. Well, that was a big hit for Johnny Mathis. This song coming up next was not only a big hit for Johnny Mathis, it was also nominated for an Academy Award in 1962. It was from a movie that featured Johnny Mathis. See if you remember this one. A certain smile, a certain face can lead an unsuspecting heart on a merry chase. A fleeting glance can say so many lovely things, and suddenly you know why my heart sings. You love a while, and when love goes, you try to hide your tears inside with a cheerful pose. But in the dark of night, exactly like a bittersweet refrain, comes that certain smile to haunt your heart again. You love a while, but when love goes, you try to hide your tears inside with a cheerful pose. But in the dark of night, exactly like a bittersweet refrain, comes that certain smile to haunt your heart
Thank you. Thank you very, very much, Mr. Johnny Mathis. Mr. Johnny Mathis is still performing. He is actually still touring and performing all over the country. I saw recently he's going to be in Las Vegas. I like going out to Las Vegas, by the way. That is one of my favorite places to go. And not because I'm a big gambler. The reason I like to go to Vegas is because I like to look for stars. You see a lot of stars out there in Las Vegas. You notice that? The last time I was out there, I saw Eric Estrada. You guys remember Eric Estrada? Used to play on Chips. Yeah, you ever wonder whatever happened to him? I saw him getting into a taxi cab in front of Caesar's Palace, and I was going to try to get his autograph, but it turned out he was driving the taxi cab, and he had a passenger. I like to go out to Vegas, like I said, and it's been a long time since I've been out there, and one of the things I notice now is that everything is so expensive in Las Vegas. You know, when I used to go out there, I don't know about you, but when I used to go out there, like the drinks were free if you were playing machines, the buffets were dirt cheap, even the hotel rooms were not that expensive. But the last time I was out there, my travel agent made the booking. I was just there for a one-night show, and when I was checking out the next morning, they told me my bill was $400. And I said, for one night? They said, yes. I said, well, why is it so expensive? They said, because of the amenities that the hotel offers. This is a five-star resort. I said, well, like what? They said, well, we have a swimming pool right out there, 72 degrees. I said, I didn't swim. They said, yes, but it was here and you could have. They said, we have a five-star restaurant right there. I said, I ate at McDonald's. They said, but it was here, you could have. They said, we have a championship golf course right out back. I said, I didn't even play golf. They said, it was here, you could have. I said, how much is my bill? They said, $400. I said, okay, fine. So I wrote him a check for $200. And the clerk said to me, he said, wait, whoa, just a second, where's the rest of the money? I said, well, I charged you $200 for making out with my wife last night. And the clerk said, I didn't make out with your wife. I said, yeah, but she was here and you could have. Of course, they still want you to gamble. They still want you to gamble when you go out there. That's why every time you go out there, you notice they have slot machines everywhere you look. They got them lined up in the entranceway when you walk in the hotel. They got them lined up over by registration when you go to get your room. Got them lined up right there by the buffet when you go to eat. I was in one hotel, it's so bad, they even had them in the bathroom. It's pretty bad because you had to get 3 of a kind to get toilet paper. Don't laugh, the guy sitting next to me is waiting on a royal flush. Anyhow, let's get back to our classic, shall we? And coming up next is a guy who is very familiar with Las Vegas because he was one of the biggest stars to perform in Las Vegas. And it's only fitting that this particular song is one of his most popular songs, and it happens to be an anthem for all the gamblers in Las Vegas. It's a song that he recorded from a movie he starred in called Guys and Dolls. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Frank Sinatra.
They call you Lady Luck, but there is room for doubt. At times you have a very unladylike way of running out. You're on this date with me. The pickings have been lush. And yet, before this evening is over, you might give me the brush. You might forget your manners. You might refuse to stay. And so, the best that I can do is pray. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck, let a gentleman see just how nice a dame you can be. I know the way you've treated other guys you've been with. Luck, be a lady with me. A lady doesn't leave her escort. It isn't fair, and it's not nice. A lady doesn't wander all over the room and blow on some other guy's dice. So let's keep this party polite. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby, I'm that fella you came in with. Luck be a lady. Luck be a lady. Luck be a lady tonight. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, this next song by Frank Sinatra is one of my favorites, and I don't think we get to hear it enough. It's a song that he recorded in 1946, and it's a little different. For those of you who are fans of Starbucks, you can totally identify. We're down among Brazilians, coffee beans grow by the millions, so they've got to find those extra cups to fill. They've got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil. You can't get cherry soda, cause they've got to fill that quota. And the way things are, I bet they never will. They've got a zillion tons of coffee in Brazil. No tea, no tomato juice. You'll see, no potato juice. Cause the planters down in Santa Salt said no, no, no. The politician's daughter was accused of drinking water and was fined a great big $50 bill. They got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil. Let me see the people who drink coffee. Where are the coffee drinkers at? Yeah. We gotta go down to Brazil, man, I'm telling you. You date a girl and find out later she smells just like a percolator. Her perfume was made right on the grill. Why, they could percolate the ocean in Brazil. And when their ham and eggs need savor, coffee ketchup gives them flavor. Coffee pickles way outsell the dill. They put coffee in the coffee in Brazil. No tea, no tomato juice. You'll see, no potato juice. 'Cause the planters down in Santa Sol say no, no, no. So you'll add to the local color, serving coffee with a crawler. Dunkin' doesn't take a lot of skill. They got an awful lot of coffee. They got a lot of coffee. Man, they got a gang of coffee in Brazil. Thank you. Thank you so very much, Mr. Frank Sinatra. So I have to ask the question, because it's new. What do you guys think of the purple jacket? Yeah? I love this jacket. Love this jacket. If I had seen this jacket before I met my wife, I'd have married this jacket. I love this jacket. I get to dress up. I love dressing up. I don't get to dress up very often. And for you guys, I love to dress up, of course. But I remember as a kid, I never got to dress up because as a kid, I always wore hand-me-down clothes. And I know a lot of people wore hand-me-down clothes. The only problem is that mine were handed down from my older sister. And that was a problem. But now, speaking of dressing up, our next artist, man, this guy was sharp. He was always sharp. Most of the time when I saw him, he was in some kind of shark skin suit. Sometimes he'd have on a hat. And man, could he dress. And man, could he sing. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the unique crooners of our time, the one and only Mr. Nat King Cole. Ramblin' roads, ramblin' roads, why you ramble, no one knows, wild and wind blown, that's how you've grown. Who can cling to a rambling rose? Ramble on, ramble on. When you're rambling, days are gone. Who will love you with a love true? When you're rambling, days are gone. Everybody sing! Rambling rose, rambling rose, why I want you, heaven knows, though I love you with a love true, who can cling to a rambling road. Thank you, Mr. Nat King Cole. Nat sang some beautiful love songs, beautiful ballads. He also sang some great jazz hits, like this next song. And in this next song, Nat is going to take us on a little bit of a trip. Now, we're not going to need a map. We're not going to need any kind of GPS. Because you see, my man Nat, he knows the route. Check this out. If you ever plan to motor west, travel my way on the highway, that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. It winds from Chicago to LA. More than 3,000 miles all the way.
Get your kicks on Route 66. Now you go through St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, Oklahoma City looks mighty pretty. You see Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona, Kingman, Barstow, San Bernardino. Won't you get hip to this timely tip? When you take that California trip, get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Nat King Cole. You know, when I started out my career as an entertainer, I was a stand-up comedian. And as a comedian, I did a lot of one-night stands, and I had to take a lot of road trips. And one of the things I remembered is that driving, I always had to be careful of the speed traps because they were everywhere I went. Now, here in Phoenix, of course, we had photo radar, which is one of the silliest things I'd ever heard of. Let's put a camera up over the highway, take a picture of people speeding, send them a ticket in the mail. You open it up, it says, this is a picture of you speeding. Your fine is $100. I always said if I ever got one of those tickets, I was going to send them a picture of $100 and say, here's your money. I figured they'd send me a picture of some handcuffs in a jail cell. I'd send them a picture of me in Mexico. Hola! Fiesta. I don't know what's worse, getting the photo radar ticket or having the police stop you, because I noticed sometimes the police would stop me and just ask me silly questions. Just walk up to the car and you go, do you know why I pulled you over? I'm like, why? Did you forget on your way up here from the cruiser? I was in Alabama. I had a state trooper stop me, walked up to the car. He says, you know, son, you don't get there no faster by speeding. I looked at him. I said, wow, you flunked math, didn't you? So I think you should have fun with the police every now and then. I got pulled over once, and when I asked the cop why he pulled me over, he said, I pulled you over because your license plate light was out. I said, what? He said, your license plate light is out. I said, wow, you are picky. He said, no, I'm an officer of the law, and I'm just doing my job. Then he asked me if I had any alcohol in my car. I said, alcohol? He said, yeah. I said, cars run on gasoline. Why would I pour alcohol in my car? He said, oh, you're a smart aleck. I said, no, sir, I'm a comedian. I'm just doing my job. Oh, well. Well, our next artist coming up is a gentleman that I remember very, very well. And in my mind, he doesn't get enough recognition. Because when everybody thinks of the great crooners, they always think of Nat King Cole and of, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Johnny Mathis. This guy always gets left out some way. So I thought for my tribute to the great crooners, he was going to be in there. And so he's in there. And the fact is, he shouldn't have been left out because just like Dean Martin and Nat King Cole, he had his own TV show. I love watching him. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the one and only Mr. Perry Como.
Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Never let it fade away. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day. 'Cause love may come and tap you on the shoulder some starless night. And just in case you feel you want to hold it, you'll have a pocket full of starlight. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Never let it fade away. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day. 'Cause love may come and tap you on the shoulder some starless night. And just in case you feel you want to hold her, you'll have a pocket full of starlight.
Pocket full of starlight.
Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Never let it fade away. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day.
Save it for a rainy day.
'Cause when your troubles start to multiplying, and they just might, you'll forget them without even trying. With just a pocket full of starlight, catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Never let it fade away. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day. Save it for a rainy day.
Thank you. Perry Como was known for some great love songs, but Perry also was known for some great novelty songs, songs like Round and Round, or this one, which is one of my particular favorites. Oh, hot diggity dog, ziggity boom, what you do to me, it's so new to me. What you do to me, hot diggity dog, ziggity boom, what you do to me when you're holding me tight. Never knew anybody could kiss that away, bring me bliss that away. What a kiss that away, what a wonderful feeling to feel that away. Tell me, where have you been all my life? Oh, hot diggity dog, ziggity boom, what you do to me, it's so new to me. What you do to me, hot diggity dog, ziggity boom, what you do to me when you're holding me tight. Never knew that my heart could go zing that away, ting-a-ling that away, make it sing that away. And now all of my troubles have gone that away, ever since you came into my life. Oh, hot diggity dog, ziggity boom, what you do to me, it's so new to me. What you do to me, hot diggity dog, ziggity boom, what you do to me when you're holding me tight. There's a cute little cottage for two that away, skies are blue that away, dreams come true that away. If you say I could share it with you that away, I'd be happy for all of my life. Oh, hot diggity dog, ziggity boom, what you do to me, it's so new to me. What you do to me, hot diggity dog, ziggity boom, what you do to me when you're holding me tight. Oh, hot diggity dog, ziggity boom, what you do to me, how my future will shine. Hot diggity dog, ziggity boom, what you do to me from the moment you're mine. Hot dog. Thank you. Thank you so very much, Mr. Perry Como. You know, I don't know if I mentioned, I just celebrated a 60th birthday, and it was not even just. It wasn't my birthday; it was my wife's birthday. But she'd be disappointed y'all didn't clap. No, it's her 60th birthday. It was her 60th birthday, and I wanted to do something nice for her. I wanted to do whatever she wanted to do, and I asked her what she wanted to do, and she wanted to go on a weekend in the country. And I said, really? She said, yes, had it all planned out. She wanted a beautiful log cabin out in the woods, and a bearskin rug on the floor, a blazing fireplace, sipping champagne, hugging and kissing on that rug until the sun came up. I said, really? I said, that's what you want? She said, that's what I want. She said, there's only one thing that troubles me. I said, what's that? She said, what are you going to be doing while I'm gone? Really? Oh, well. Speaking of birthdays, our next artist recently, actually last year, celebrated his 90th birthday. And not only did he celebrate his 90th birthday, but ladies and gentlemen, he's still singing. still performing. In fact, he had a new album that came out right after his 90th birthday, and he is on tour. And he actually is going to be coming to Phoenix very soon, I think in the next couple of weeks, so be sure to look out for that. This is one of my favorite artists of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Mr. Tony Bennett.
I wanna be around to pick up the pieces when somebody breaks your heart. Somebody twice as smart as a somebody who will swear to be true like you used to do to me, who'll teach you to learn that misery loves company. Wait and see, I wanna be there, see how he does it when he breaks your heart to bits. Let's see if the puzzle fits so fine. And that's when I'll discover that revenge is sweet, as I sit there applauding from a front row seat when somebody breaks your heart like you broke mine.
Thank you. Tony Bennett recorded that song in 1962, and that was the same year he recorded this next song, which not only, I think, is one of his biggest hits ever, but is also now the official song of the city by the bay.
The loveliness of Paris seems somehow sadly gay. The glory that was Rome is of another day. I've been terribly alone and forgotten in Manhattan. I'm going home to my city by the bay. I left my heart in San Francisco, high on a hill. It calls to me to be where little cable cars climb halfway to the stars. The morning fog may fill the air. I don't care, my love waits there in San Francisco, above a blue and windy sea. When I come home to you, San Francisco, your golden sun will shine for me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. 90 years old, still singing. Wow, it's amazing to me. I hope if I'm 90, I hope I'm still singing. I have a lot of people tell me, you don't have to worry about that. You got a long time before that. Well, it's not true. I'm not exactly a spring chicken. I mean, look at me. I'm pushing 40. Okay, I've been pushing 40 for a long time. But the fact is, I consider myself to be young at heart, and I think that's the important thing. You got to stay young at heart, young of mind. I think that's really, really important, because age is just a number. You know, I try to stay young, do young things, and sometimes I do things I probably shouldn't do. I mean, like, for example, I don't know if you can see it, I'm wearing an earring. I never thought I'd be a man wearing an earring. I probably wouldn't be wearing this one if my wife hadn't found it in the back seat of our car. I'm not stupid. I told her it was mine. I only wish you hadn't found these pantyhose because they're itchy. Actually, my wife and I have a wonderful relationship. We really do. As I mentioned, we've been married for 42 years, and it's a marriage built on trust and understanding. She doesn't trust me. I don't understand her. When I was doing stand-up comedy is when we got married, and she had a hard time because she never knew what I would do. Sometimes I'd come home after a show. She'd be in bed just about to go to sleep. I'd walk in and say, "Hi, baby. You should take some aspirin before you go to bed." And she'd say, "Why?" I said, "Just take them." She said, "For what?" I said, "Will you take the aspirin?" She said, "I don't have a headache." I go, "Great, that's all I wanted to know." Sometimes I had to sneak up on her. Well, we come up to our next artist right now, and he wasn't a stand-up comedian, but he did just about everything else. He was a great musician. He played the piano, the drums, the guitar. He also was a songwriter. He wrote songs for Connie Francis and Wayne Newton and many other artists. He also was an Oscar-nominated actor who appeared in the movies and on television. I remember him best as being one of the most dynamic entertainers of my day. And ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the one and only Mr. Bobby Darin.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, she's there waiting for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms I'd go sailing. It's far beyond the stars, it's near beyond the moon. And I know beyond the doubt, my heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet beyond the shore, we'll kiss just like before, and happy we'll be beyond the sea. And ever again I'll go sailing. It's far beyond the stars, it's near beyond the moon. And I know, beyond the doubt, my heart will lead me there soon. Oh, we'll meet beyond the shore, and we'll kiss just like before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and ever again I'll go sailing, sailing. Bye-bye, no more sailing for me and you beyond the sea, the sea.
Thank you. Bobby Darin recorded Beyond the Sea, and it was on an album that he had called That's All. This next song was also on that album, and it was equally as big a hit, if not somewhat bigger. It is probably the song that he is best known for.
Oh, the shark, babe, has such teeth, dear, and it shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife as Zola Heath, dear, and it keeps it out of sight. You know when that shark bites with his teeth, dear, scarlet billows start to spread. But fancy gloves, oh, with Zola Heath, dear. So there's a never a trace of red. Now on a sidewalk, ooh, Sunday morning, lies a body just oozing life. Eee, someone sneaking round the corner. Could that someone be Mac the Knife? Oh, there's a tugboat head down by the river, don't you know, where a cement bags just a drooping on down. Well, that cement is just, it's all the weight, dear. Five'll get you 10 old Mackies back in town. Now, did you hear about Louis Miller? He disappeared, babe, after drawing all of his hard-earned cash. And now old Mac, he spends just like a sailor. Could it be that our boy's done something rash? I said, Jenny Diver, Suki Tawdry, look out for Miss Lavalinia and old Lucy Brown. Oh, the line forms on the right, babe. Now that Mackie's back in town. Look out, old Mackie is back. Thank you. Thank you so very, very much. You know, Bobby Darin and I have something in common, and that is the fact that we were both from New York City. Bobby was also born in New York. That is my hometown. It's where I was born and raised, where I went to school. Graduated from high school in New York and went straight to UCLA. Should point out I'm not talking about the University of California at Los Angeles. I'm talking about unemployment on the corner of Lenox Avenue. Now, the other thing about Bobby Darin is, and I don't know if you know this or not, but Bobby Darin was not his real name. His actual name was Walden Robert Cassato, but he changed it to Bobby Darin because it sounded much cooler. And a lot of artists do that. I mean, I go by T.A. Burrows. My real name is Theodore Alvin Burrows. If I had been named Simon, I could have been all three chipmunks. My next artist coming up, he also was one of those artists who changed his name, and he did it kind of uniquely because, you see, he had a fairly normal name. But for some reason, he felt the need to change it to something a little more exotic. So, ladies and gentlemen, I now give you the one and only Mr. Arnold Dorsey, better known as Engelbert Humperdinck.
Please release me, let me go, for I don't love you anymore. To waste our lives would be a sin. Release me and let me love again. I have found a new love, dear, and she will always but yours are cold. Release me, my darling, let me go. Please release me, can't you see? You'd be a fool to cling to me. To live our lives would cause such pain. Release me and let me love again.
Thank you. Well, Release Me was the first U.S. hit for Engelbert Humperdinck, but this next song was more than a hit. In fact, it earned him a gold record and a Grammy nomination. Ladies and gentlemen, his #1 smash.
So I sing you to sleep after the lovin' with a song I just wrote yesterday. And I hope you can hear what the words and the music have to say. It's so hard to explain everything that I'm feeling. Face to face, I just seem to go dry. But I love you so much that the sound of your voice can make me high. Thanks for taking me on a one-way trip to the sun. And thanks for turning me into someone. So I sing you to sleep after the lovin'. I brush back the hair from your eyes, and the love on your face is so real that it makes me wanna cry. And I know that my song isn't saying anything new. Oh, but after the loving, I'm still in love with you. So I sing you to sleep after the lovin'. I brush back the hair from your eyes, and the love on your face is so real that it makes me wanna cry. And I know that my song isn't saying anything new. Oh, but after the loving, I'm still in love with you. Yes, after the loving, I'm still in love with you. Oh, after the loving, I'm still in love with you.
Thank you. Well, you know, ladies and gentlemen, people ask me sometimes, where do I get this appreciation of this great music from? And I get it from my mother. My mom always had our house filled with wonderful music, all kinds of music, everything from classic to country and everything in between. And we had a huge record collection that my mom had, and she would always have something on the hi-fi. And that's where I learned to love and have this appreciation for music. She is also the one who was responsible for my sense of humor, because my mom had a great sense of humor. Nothing ever fazed my mother. When I was 2 years old, my father ran off and left us. My mother found him, tracked him down, made him pay child support till the day I turned 18. When I was old enough, she used to send me to his house to get the money. It was my 18th birthday. I went to get the last payment. I walked up to the house. My father was sitting on the front porch in a rocking chair with a case of beer celebrating this day. And he looked at me and he said, "Son, I'm going to give you this money. When you give it to your mama, tell her this is the last red cent she'll get for as long as I live. Tell her I've been paying and paying for 16 years and I'm not paying no more. Tell her she can take this money and go straight to the devil with it. And then I want you to look at the expression on her face and come back and tell me." I went home, gave my mother the money, told her everything my dad said Mom, Dad told me to look at the expression on your face and come back and tell him. And my mom smiled a big smile and said, "Son, go back round to your daddy's house and tell your daddy after 16 years he ain't your daddy, and look at the expression on his face." Thank you, Mom. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to close out the show at this point with my last artist. And you know, one of the things that I love is the fact that all of this great music, a lot of these great songs, these classic songs, are still alive. And the reason they're still alive is because we now have a new breed of crooners who are keeping this music alive. People like Steve Terrell and Harry Connick Jr., and my favorite, the one and only Mr. Michael Bublé. So, ladies and gentlemen, I close the show out with two of my favorites by Mike. Here it is. Hope you've had a good time tonight. Hope you've enjoyed the show. A foggy day in London town, I had me low, had me down. I view the morning with such alarm. Those British museums had lost their charms. How long, I wondered, would this thing last? But the age of miracles hadn't passed when suddenly I saw you there, and in a foggy London town the sun was shining everywhere. A foggy day in London town had me low, had me down. I view the morning with such alarm. Those British museums had lost their charm. How long, I wondered, would this thing last? But the age of miracles hadn't passed when suddenly I saw you there, and in a foggy London town the sun was shining everywhere. All right. Well, everybody else got 2. Mike's got to get 2. So I'm going to send you home with this last song. And this is a song that Mike remade. It was a classic hit that was originally done back in the 1960s by the Drifters. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for being here tonight. I'm going to send you home with this one. You can dance every dance with the guy who gave you the eye, let him hold you tight. You can smile every smile for the man who held your hand neath the pale moonlight. But don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Oh, I know that the music's fine like sparkling wine. Go and have your fun, laugh and sing. But while we're apart, don't give your heart to anyone. And don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Baby, don't you know I love you so? Can't you feel it when we touch? I will never ever let you go. I love you all so much. You can dance, go and carry on till the night is gone and it's time to go. If he asks if you're all alone, can he walk you home? You must tell him no. 'Cause don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Let me have your hand, my dear. She's doing all the work. Thank you. Give her a big round of applause. Oh, I know that the music's fine like sparkling wine. Go and have your fun, laugh and sing. But while we're apart, don't give your heart to anyone. And don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. So don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Oh, won't you save the last dance for me? Promise that you'll save the last dance for me. Save the last dance, the very last dance for me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I hope you had a wonderful time. I want to say thank you to all of the wonderful folks here at Glencroft. It is always a pleasure to come back here and entertain you. I want to say thank you especially to each and every one of you in the audience tonight. And I just want to say may God bless you and keep you in his care. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend.
Thank you, sir. Before you go away, I have one question for me.
Yes, sir.
I noticed the American flag. Any special significance?
Actually, that was there when I got here. But there's always a special significance for the American flag,
Okay,
right?
okay.
Always.
All right. Okay, thank you.
All right,
and that's,
thank you.
That's very nice. T.A. Barrows, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, if you want to watch it again, Wednesday, following devotions, we're going to show you this. Our man of 1,000 talents up there, Oliver, has been recording this, and we're going to play it back again Wednesday after devotions, so you can see the whole thing all over again and be entertained for another hour. Thank you so much.